this game. When we entered the
Arena.
we saw that I know how we got the bone and how we got the
t-shirts?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Every seat
had a bright pink t-shirt on it. Spike, the band cheerleaders, and the players had pink, and most of the spectators put on the pink shirts.
spectators.
The cheerleaders threw out pink penny basketballs. Jace caught one for me.
We're reading a book.
Spike, the bulldog mascot. There's Flat Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's the mascot.
Yep.
I know there is a real person in a mascot uniform, like the Philly Fanatic or Drake's mascot, Spike, the bulldog. Since I'm flat, I decided to try to get underneath Spike's head to see the person. Spike definitely did not like that. He tried to shoo me away with his hand. As we were leaving, he gave Margie a high five, so I knew he wasn't mad at us. Margie and Jay thought I was really dirty trying to see inside Spike's head.
Look, there he is trying to get into Spike's head.
Snow. When I was visiting in Iowa, it snowed about 11 inches on Sunday. Since I'm limited, I could go out and play in the snow and not worry about getting wet. On the way home from the basketball game, on a really
snowy day,
we saw those deer crossing the road. Look, he's playing in the snow.
Yep.
And he's trying to get over the fence to drop into the snow.
Yep.
Volunteer walk at book walks. Jay and Margie volunteered about 2 hours a week every week of the year to work on a huge charity book sale. Their job is to put prices on the books. People donate to pack the books up so they can be moved in a
Semi-truck
to be placed where the book sale is held. People push their donated books through a slot in the wall. They were delivered into a warehouse. I thought the roller coasters looked like fun, so I was allowed to take a ride.
He went on a little roller coaster ride.
Probably to where the books were, and they were going there too. So he took a shortcut through where the books were going.
Mm-hmm. Once the books
are in the warehouse, they are sorted by type: travel, cookbooks, children's books, and place the tables for the markers to mark. Mommy, I think I know why they eliminated him. So he could do stuff, so he didn't get messy.
Maybe.
Or wet. Or ripped.
Yeah. Because if we went through this, he would probably get wet.
Yeah, maybe.
Here's the pile of books they had to walk on the day I visited.
Oh, look. There he is in the books.
That's a lot of books. Ordinary, everyday activities. In addition to volunteering every week, there are some things which Jay and Margie do as part of their routines. The most important one for them is reading. Both are avid readers, and there are piles of books all over the house. Every morning after breakfast, we curled up under the
are Afghans.
All Afghans and read for about an hour.
Look, he's underneath an Afghan.
And he has a, if you look really close, he has a little book in his hand.
He does.
I think it was made out of like a square, two little tiny squirrels, and they put it in his hand.
Maybe.
Margie likes to read history books, so she reads interesting things about the Civil War, about England during the
1850s.
1850s, and about
Individual.
individual subjects like diseases, fruits, adventures, and science. Jay likes to read about sports and
Politics.
Watching them spend so much time reading got me interested in reading too. They gave me my own little books to read. Another daily activity for Margie is either crochet or knitting when she isn't making a gift. See, that's where I got the hat from.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that book. Since it snowed, I think he was cold.
So she's making gifts for someone. For someone
She makes a tiny baby hat to donate to the local hospital. She even made one for me. She also enjoys is playing the piano, so it was fun to sit on the piano and watch her. Fingers fly across the keys. Both Margie and Jay play
Mahjong.
Mahjong. Margie plays once a week with a group of friends, and sometimes Jay joins them. This is a game played with little tiles, and it requires lots of thinking and planning and some element of chance. Here's what the tiles look like. They're pretty fun to play with some evenings after supper. Margie and Jay play with me. Margie
Play Mahjong.
Mahjong. Just to relax before going to bed.
And there's what some of the tiles look like.
Do you know what they're playing?
Yeah, they're playing Mahjong.
Mahjong.
Every Friday, Margie goes to a water
Aerobics.
aerobic class. She took me along, but I had to hold onto a neutral because the water is way over my head at the end of
The class.
the class. They play volleyball in the water. They were quite funny to watch.
You see him? He's holding on to the noodle.
Somebody's probably helping him hold on now.
Probably, yep.
Like their hands. And hopefully they don't let go, because then Stanley would drown. But that would be a good... if they wanted to take him to the pool, he would need to be eliminated, because what if his toe touched the water, then he would be all wet, and then...
Mm-hmm.
One day, Margie took me along when she went to breakfast with her friends. This day, she went to the bakery called La Mer. It smelled so good. When we went in, it took us a long time to decide which of the delicious pastries we were going to have. We chose a sticky bun to eat. There and one of those big round ones to bring home. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jay
There he is.
Oh, he has a little, somebody made him like a little blood carrier, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he could carry the bread. Jay really enjoyed the delicious bread. On a different day, we went to breakfast at the Drake Dinner. This is a favorite restaurant in Des Moines.
Cultural
Cultural
experiences.
experiences. After a long winter, mostly staying in the house. I was interested when Jay and Margie said they were going to open
the opening.
Of an art museum. I didn't know what they meant, but it sounded better than staying in the house. We went over to this place called an art gallery. Over
80.
80 artists had submitted the art projects for the show. Judges selected 26 to be displayed in the gallery.
Not yet.
Then they
I'm gonna play a game all by myself.
If you do it quietly.
Yeah.
We're listening to Chloe read a book right now.
Yeah, because the other thing I wanna play is the other thing I wanna play is something that's in a box. Like,
One second, Chase.
Is this interesting looking flower?
So do you think that's Evelyn? Do you think that's the artist?
something
I bet that's the artist.
box. That one.
Go get it.
Evelyn.
One of the flowers. Is that?
That's the fly that they took, and there's Flat Stanley and Uncle Jay.
Since it was beautiful day outside and we needed to get over the cabin
Fever.
fever, we then went to the Papa John sculpture line. There are 28 pieces of sculpture on a big lawn. They are free for anyone to walk, lounge, and explore anytime here are some of my favorites. Can you find me in these pictures? There. I was already looking for Flat Stanley. To top off our day of
Culture.
culture, that's everything we went to.
That evening.
That evening we went to
An orchestra.
orchestra concert. I had never heard an orchestra. It was wonderful. Not only was the music beautiful, I listened to it, but I was also interested to watch the musicians. Each instrument requires different skills, like
Bowing.
bowing with a bow, like the violins,
Violas.
violas, and
Cellos.
cellos were blowing into a mouthpiece, like an obla or flute, clarinet or
Oboe, flute, clarinet, or French horn.
French horn, or banging on something like the drums or piano to make the
Individual.
individual sound. When they all play together, it sounds then to make something very special. Before the concert, I visited a man named Sam who showed me his violin up close. I would definitely go to another orchestra concert if I ever get a chance.
Look, and there's Flat Stanley on the music stand.
He's like, oh, that's up close.
Mm-hmm.
How many pages is it? She said it 54.
54, and we're on page 29. Do you want me to read some?
Yeah.
Missouri vacation. On the second weekend of March, Jay and Margie decided to go to the women's basketball tournament in St. Charles, Missouri, and they took me along. On our way, we stayed in a Mississippi River town called Hannibal, Missouri. In the 1850s, that is more than 160 years ago.
That's where we got that paper.
Yep. Hannibal was a river town where steamboats docked to bring food, clothes, household, and trade goods to the people of the town. There were few railroads at that time, and definitely no roads, so the river was the main highway for commerce. Living in that town was a little boy named Samuel Langhorne Clemens. Sam
Ooh,
and his friends
I know who he is.
spent their days exploring along the river, in the nearby caves, and along the streets of their town.
Did you ever hear of Tom Sawyer, Chloe? No?
When Sam grew up, he became a pilot of a steamboat and got really familiar with the river. Sam became a famous American author who called himself Mark Twain. His most famous book, called The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, is based on his memories of growing up in Hannibal. I think when I grow up, I will try to read that book. Today, Hannibal is trying to be a tourist town, hoping that people will come to visit the Mark Twain buildings and sites they have preserved. Instead of visiting buildings and museums, we decide to spend time along the river and imagine what it might have been like for Sam as a little boy. As you can see from the pictures, there are now levees built up around the river, and a train track runs alongside the river. Levees are high hills of dirt built along many of the rivers in the United States to prevent the rivers from spilling into the towns when it floods. In this picture, the two cement things on the left-hand side are part of the floodgates, which closes on the road to keep the water from flowing into town. The day we were visiting, the train looked like it was carrying cars to the enclosed train in his enclosed train car.